Okay, so I just saw a what we call a unifying potential. I mean, we don't call it. I just what I'm going to call it, which I'm real low on. In fact, as far as the gouache white goes, I don't believe there is any left. So I am by that necessity, I'm forced or have no recourse but to use a transparent white. Uh, it's a watercolor, but it's not a gouache is a watercolor, but it's opaque. I keep saying it because I want everybody to remember that. But let's see that. Look at that. It is what it is. I hate that cliche, but I know I must have some white somewhere. And if I have to, gosh knows, I might actually mix some acrylic in with this. I see something. Yeah, I see some gouache white. Thank goodness. There ain't much left. And I did go and check prices. Sometimes I go in a store. It depends on how many paintings I just sold. If I go in a store and it's been a while and I see the price of gouache, really good gouache, you're going to pay. Gouache that's, and if it's not good gouache, you don't even bother using it. However, I think the point I'm trying to make is that they have come up with an acrylic gouache, and the storekeeper over at Mr. David over at Arts and Craft Supplies in Brooklyn, they're moving, but they're staying in Brooklyn, but moving to another location. And so they're having a really wonderful sale. And but I digress because the gentleman took me to the gouache area and said, "We got acrylic gouache now." And I said, "Well, I can't imagine it because there's one thing that I don't want. It's gouache that if it doesn't blend and fade, that's the whole point of gouache. Is you cannot see if it's low grade gouache, don't even bother. But it might be good. And the thing about what I was trying to say is that I just mentioned something about mixing an acrylic. They're both water-based. So I could mix some acrylic white in with a transparent watercolor, and it might come out the consistency that I might be able to use. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, so other than that, I saw something here, which I'm really kind of afraid to do on camera, but I'm going to do it. And the thing, I'm not afraid to do it, but what it does is when you do something that you can't finish what you're doing in that segment, it can be, see, something like that. That's radical, but not that. You think it's bad, but really, there's method to my madness. And I thank teacher for the who wishes to remain anonymous for the symbol that supersedes what so many people think is the symbol for eternity. So we're going to, believe it or not, I intend to incorporate this quite wonderfully. Not only in the design, but in the symbolic representation and importance of what it means and all that stuff. Just words. We're just and I kind of like that song. I wish I could remember who did it. What are words for when no one listens anymore? Words. I mean, that was cool. It was like way back in the day. And I would like to see, let's start thinking about music and some of the stuff that was coming out way back in the day. Some of it was really good. And there's good stuff now. And there's stuff that's not so good. The thing about it is music is inside of you. So the point of that being that it had been commercialized to the point where, I mean, you shouldn't commercialize it ever, really, not just to the point. There should never be commercialization of love. which is music should be about love. If it's not, it becomes something we call propaganda. And that's not what creativity and music and art should be about necessarily. Countries do get to the point where things get really dire and certain groups have everything and certain other groups don't. And I'm not saying one way or another. I'm just saying that politically you can expect right now it's a time of unrest like that. And it's not just, it's just everywhere. But that's why I do art. It just keeps me from completely getting wrapped up in the craziness of the times, which, I thought being an art educator in the school system would not only give me a purpose and help children and young adults and students of all ages at the same time. I thought that would also give me a sense of purpose, which everybody needs that. And it seems like if you're a teacher and you try to ask for what you need, you got just so many people blaming teachers. But the thing is that if you're a teacher and you're not standing up to what you know is injustice in the school system, which it has far more to do with people controlling the money. So, a lot of people think, I'm standing up to injustice because there's this employee that won't keep his mouth shut and he happens to be of the group that's got everything. And I'll go ahead and just show everybody how tough I am by trying to destroy that person. Okay, so there we have it. And there's a symbol coming into development, and we say thank you to our teacher who wishes to remain anonymous on June 20th, 2025. Thank you.